the narrative surrounding Superman over the past month has been a little bit crazy, quite frankly. We've seen a lot of sensitivity surrounding anybody who may like or maybe working for Warner Brothers. When you mention, hey, this movie still has a little ways to go before it makes its money back at the theaters, you've seen an immense amount of pushback and people claiming, no, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? And, James Gunn, very quick to shoot down anything about the budget potentially being higher than Warner Brothers said, really slamming people that have the gall to say, well, it hasn't quite broken even at the theaters yet. All of this stuff. Very sensitive. The same James Gunn who also told people it's going to be a long, long time before this movie goes digital. Don't you worry about it. Well, yesterday we found out that it's going to digital tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
35 days after its theatrical release. Now, this is becoming a little bit more normal, the new normal, like kind of a 45-day to digital release, which is not great for theaters. And in reality, it trains a lot of people to why worry about going to see something in theaters when I know it's going to come out pretty quickly. And right after it comes on video on demand, it's probably going to come out on streaming a month after that. So, do I really need to go all the way to the theater just to see this movie?
Exactly.
But 35 days is really fucking fast.
That is, yeah. I mean, we just got the announcement now that Thunderbolts is coming to Disney Plus. I think at the end of this week, maybe something along those lines.
It's coming to like August 27th or something like that.
At the end of the month. That's right. Near the end of the month. That's right.
We do need to clarify that's a different thing than
correct.
digital.
That's not buying the movie. This is to purchase the movie like on Amazon or wherever they're going to sell it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be too much longer after this. I think Blu-ray comes out sometime mid-September, so like about a month after it releases on video on demand. It is very, very quick. And personally, I think it's one because it's significantly slowed at the box office. It's probably going to end somewhere in that 620 range, which despite every single headline and every person repeating, look, it beat Man of Steel, it hasn't and it won't. Here's Superman, here's Man of Steel. It's not going to get to 670, especially with an early digital release. But I do think it gives them the opportunity to say, well, we saw such huge, immense popularity on video on demand, and we really made a lot of money from that. So that made this thing profitable. I think that's going to be what they're saying. The thing is, we never get to see those numbers for video on demand.
No, they do that on purpose. They do that on purpose so we can't say stuff like that, or we can't see if there's any proof or evidence or anything. But yes. It looks like they're sticking with James Gunn. And like, we're going to get the whole Gunn universe.
Well, look, I think that unless this movie made like under $500 million, we kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't think there was ever a chance of them cutting and running. They've obviously got a lot of things in the works and a lot of commitments and things already been filmed like Supergirl and stuff like that. But James Gunn is talking about his next movie in the Superman saga and also telling you that Peacemaker's like the most important thing for the future of the DCU. So, Jay, does that make you excited to know that the R-rated, nudity-filled Peacemaker, which I don't have any problems with, but this is the thing where you're like revealing the future of the DC universe. Let's listen to James Gunn.
Well, it's a big part. I mean, definitely Superman leads directly into Peacemaker. Should be noted that this is for adults, not for children. But Superman leads into this show, and then we have the setting up of all of the rest of the DCU in this season of Peacemaker. It's incredibly important. Lots of guest stars coming up, lots of characters that are going to show up that we've already met in Superman. And I don't think there's anything I've ever done that I love more than this season of Peacemaker. So I'm so excited for people to see it.
Okay. Peacemaker is on streaming. And You're telling me that this guy didn't learn from Marvel that if you make people do homework, they're not going to come and see your films. If he's literally suggesting that you've got to watch, I don't know if he like stretched it that far, but if we're getting to that point where you got to watch Peacemaker season 2 in order to see the new characters coming up, that is disaster written all over it. It didn't work for Marvel. And it sounds like they're going the same road as Marvel. It's like, we got to make films, but we got to get people to pay our streaming service. So you've got, it's a twofold thing here, Mr. Gunn. So you got to push people towards streaming so they'll want to watch the streaming and stay involved in your universe. That is disastrous. So, I mean, look at Marvel. It didn't work. Where they even came out and said, you don't have to do homework to enjoy the Fantastic Four. It's too late. It's too late. The fact that they came out and said that, they know that people hated doing that. They didn't want to do that. And if this is going the same route, oof, it's going to be rough, man. Like, how much do you think Supergirl will actually make at the box office? That's got to be a low budget film.
The budget is reportedly similar to, like, it's similar to what they've reported for the Superman movie.
Jeez,
for 200, 225, somewhere around that. Now, the irony is there's no way that those two movies cost the same amount to make, because the Superman budget is likely way higher, like we saw in those tax documents, all of that shit. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. Especially to do it for Peacemaker season 2, which you've already got all these problems with contradictions and canon. You've got characters that existed in Peacemaker season 1 that are from the old DC universe. You've got but now season 2 is fully in the DCU, and they're picking and choosing what things are and are not hangovers or still canon or whatever, which already is kind of a strange thing. But you're also going to get it super into pocket dimensions and multiverses. There's going to be multiple Peacemakers in this already. You're introducing this stuff. And to do it in, again, like a mature rated,
that's what I'm saying.
Peacemaker
like,
show is just, I don't care, right? Because I could watch it if I wanted, whatever. But just based off the tone and everything that Superman had, it's weird.
You literally, I remember us talking that Superman was definitely geared for a younger audience, and now you're trying to say watch an adult thing to understand like what's coming in the DC universe. Yeah, that's not very smart.
I do respect the effort that John Cena goes to when he's promoting Peacemaker to go around in his outfit, do interviews in his outfit, like all of that stuff. He totally buys in on it. And I love that. I just wish I liked his character in the show more. But James Gunn did talk about the next thing coming. And I think this might be the first time we heard these words uttered.
So I've already finished the treatment for the next story in what I'll call the Superman saga. The treatment's done, which means a very, very worked out treatment, and I'm working on that, and hopefully going into production on that. Not too far away from today.
The Superman saga, the next movie in the Superman saga, which you'd think would be Superman, Supergirl, and then whatever this next movie is talking about is. And truthfully, people are like, we need a Superman sequel, blah, blah, blah. This was certainly not a standalone movie. This was an ensemble movie. Supergirl's probably going to be somewhat in a similar vein, and I would imagine whatever this next movie is called, there's going to be a fuck ton of characters in it. That's just what we see, apparently, and that's what we'll see going forward. But I don't know, Jay, you feeling good about the future of DC in the capable hands of James Gunn?
No, not at all. I'm not excited. I don't care. I don't care. Like Supergirl, I don't even know if that's like something I even want to go spend my money on to go watch, honestly. But I guess we'll see after they release some teaser trailers. It's just going to be a college party girl that has superpowers. Like that's what they're going to go for. She gets her dog back, so maybe Crypto will be in Supergirl as well.
Crypto's going to be all in that movie, 100%.
Yeah, so
he's going to be dragging Millie Alcock back to the Fortress of Solitude while she's drunk or got fucking Krypton roofied or something. Got date raped, who knows? A lot of possibilities.
Then go watch Peacemaker to see some nudity, kids. That's what it's all about. That's what the James Gunn universe is all about. Let's go for it. I don't know, man. Anytime you hear the words like go watch a streaming service to see what's coming up next, that is just bad business. But maybe that was part of his contract to like make movies and then get people to sign up for streaming since they're just doing so poorly.
Streaming is streaming is important for Hollywood. There's no doubt about it. I think the way you should probably go about it is tell people that it's super important and connects things and blah, blah, blah. That's how you should advertise it and tell them. So hopefully they watch it. But then there actually shouldn't be anything very important that happens in those things.
Correct.
To like dissuade people from not feeling caught up when they go see a movie or whatever. But that you have this like line you have to walk where, okay, is it really just a fucking waste of time to watch these things? Is nothing important going to happen in the grand scheme of things? Or are you going to have to force people to watch this because this is where you're setting the stage for all this stuff? It's a fine line to try to figure out where to go with that.